Hey, it's Dead Guy Cardboard. Hope you guys are doing well. 2020 is finally almost over. So yeah, it's that time of the year where we show our recaps. I didn't pick up a ton this year, just for many obvious reasons. This is just a crazy year for the hobby. Prices doubled on so many cards, and I just did not think it was a good buying opportunity this year to pick up cards that I wanted for my collection. So I did a lot of flipping and of just cards I randomly picked up that I made some money off of. And I think this is the first year I actually made money and didn't spend any money on cards. Theoretically, I just found some opportunities to buy some cards that were not really part of my collection. That being said, I did pick up some cards. Here are some of the more notable ones of the year. So I picked up this Tito 6 Bobby Wallace portrait. It's a nice looking card. SGC 4. Really goes well with my rest of my cards up there. I took it from that display. Much prefer the old SGC case. I just hate the big lettering on the new stuff. And then I picked up this just gorgeous looking Yastrzemski rookie card from 1960 Topps. There's hardly any print marks on this card, which is just so common. You even see print marks on PSA 8s and 9s. This is pretty clean. Really well centered too, which is tough. And this card actually has gone up in price a lot since I bought it. And honestly, I think this could bump up to a 6.5 or 7 because I have several 7s from this era, and they look just as nice as this card. And of course, he's in the 3,000 hit club that I'm slowly working on. And I picked up this 2003 playoff contenders Carson Palmer card. I'm just a big Bengals fan, and back when I was in high school and early parts of college, he was just kind of everything. And then he, of course, hurt his leg in the playoffs. It wasn't quite the same, and he left. But I feel like this guy could have been a Hall of Famer had he been on a different team other than the Bengals. I told this story before, and I picked this card up a couple months ago, that I had a friend that lived next door to him, and he didn't really know anyone at the time in Cincinnati, so he just kind of invited the neighborhood kids over to play Madden. And he would never pick the Bengals. And my friend asked him, why don't you pick the Bengals? He said, why would I pick the Bengals? But this is a pretty this is a big card back in the day. It's the black auto. It's out of just 36, I believe. Even there's 194 printed, but only 36 were autographed in black. This used to be over $1,000 card. But yeah, I mean, some people think he can make the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure about that, but he was a great player. Won the Heisman, and hopefully Joe Burrow will be just as good as him. Very similar injury too, which is kind of scary. And then I picked up, love this card, the 1990 Aqueous Test Juan Gonzalez rookie card. Talked a couple times about the Aqueous Test, but this is a set that we don't completely know how this is released. It could be just backdoored as a kind of a test issue, or it might have actually been inserted in packs. We're not quite sure, but the aqueous part was the kind of like water printing that they were testing out, because I guess it was better for the environment and would cost less. And the Aqueous Test cards are super rare. I mean, there's probably less than 15 of each player, and it has more of a glossy finish than normal 1990 Donruss cards. Of course, 1990 Donruss are just super mass-produced, but these are very tough. And of course, the Juan Gonzalez rated rookie 1990 Donruss card, reverse negative, was a big deal card back in the day. I actually picked up 2 of these cards because a seller was selling off a ton of Aqueous test cards. I bought 2 of the Juan Gonzalez, and I just sold one for basically double the price I got it for like several months later, because I thought I would got it for such a steal. And so this card was basically free. That's kind of the story of 2020, right? Like, just there's so many cards that just went nuts. Even sort of cards you wouldn't think about, like Aqueous test cards. Another card that I kind of regret selling. I picked up a Mookie Betts rookie card in February for just $85. It was a PSA 10, and of course this card's blew up to $500 some. So I just had to sell it. I kind of regret selling it because I think Mookie Betts could get in the 3,000 hit club, and I I hope to acquire that card again soon. But I think at $500 is just, there's no way it's going to stay that high for that long. I mean, I think in 5 years that card could go back to $100, $200. Anyway, moving on to the what I did pick up. I wanted to pick up a ton more vintage cards. I just think they were just so overpriced this year, and back in like March and February, like my industry was really hurting, so I wasn't looking into buying cards for a good part of the year. And really, I was kind of spending my money on the stock market because it was so low in March and February, and quite glad I did then. Anyway, but I did buy some just huge insert cards. A lot of these cards came from one Barry Larkin collector who I reached out to, and he was, I guess, selling his cards to, I think his wife had some dental procedures they had to pay for and some other things. And so it was right time for me too, because I had sold some Jordan cards after the Last Dance, some duplicate cards I had. And I picked up some real heavy hitters. One was the, well, actually, I picked this card up earlier in the year, but I picked up a duplicate from this guy. This is the Gold Finale card. It's Gold Finale because this part's gold. These were out of just 50. Just an awesome looking card. And I actually picked up 2 of these cards this year, and I sold one. And then I picked up this, actually from a different seller. This is the Rose Zero 1997 Legacy. This is the most desirable Legacy card from the 90s. These are out of 100. Even though all the other Legacies are out of either 100 or 99, this is by far the most desirable, and usually costs the most, other than the Masterpiece 101s. But these are tough to find of your player. So I was psyched to pick that card up. And then I picked up, let's see, this 1997 Pinnacle Totally Certified Platinum Gold. This is a huge card in the 90s insert world. Probably like a top 5 card. Love the Dufex shine on this card. These are out of just 30. And unlike the one from 1998, which I missed out on a couple days ago, this was actually pack pulled. A lot of the Pinnacle stuff you see is like backdoored, basically the stuff from 1998. So a huge card, happy to pick that card up. And then I picked up from the Barry Larkin collector this 1998, I believe, Fractal Matrix Barry Larkin. This one's out of just 20. Love the die cut of this card. I picked up so many huge insert cards. And check out some of my other videos I did this year. I'm just kind of showing off some of the better ones I picked up. And that includes this monster of a card. This is the 1997 Finest Gold Embossed Refractor Barry Larkin. Check out the shine on this bad boy. I think there's no better card that shows off you know, the 90s inserts. It's got the atomic refractor finish, the decal edge. It's embossed. It's got refractor on both sides. I've been searching for this card forever. There's like probably 30 or less of these cards. They're not serial numbered, but they're extremely tough. And some players are harder to find than others, I find. I've been tracking 1997 Finest Gold Embossed cards for years, and I've never seen a Barry Larkin. And then the seller actually had 2 of them, and I picked up 1 of them. So glad I did. I think, you know, the 3 biggest cards from the 90s in terms of inserts for baseball cards would be the 1996 Select Certified Gold, which I picked up last year, the Finest Gold Embossed Refractor, and the 1998 Donruss Crusade Red out of 25. I do not have the Crusade Red. But yeah, picked up 2 of the biggest cards from the 90s. But that's it. I hope to pick up more vintage cards. That's always the goal. Would love to pick up a Pete Rose rookie card. You know, my big purchase last year was the Play Ball Ted Williams card. That card really took off this year, just like any other big name vintage cards. But yeah, I definitely have not given up on vintage cards. Love them. And we'll see. I have my eyes on several cards I want to pick up soon. But that's it. Hope you guys have a better 2021 than 2020. And I would love to see what you guys have picked up this year. Later.